the fuck? There we go. What's up, guys? How y'all doing tonight? This is our parents' basement. This is our 66th episode. 66th. Damn it. 66th episode, as my mouth fails me right at the start. This is going to be a good show. So, as you know, I am Charles. And with me, we got Turf.
Hey, what's up? Turf? Man, I'm happy to be here. We're gonna kind of step outside of our comfort zone for some stuff tonight, and I'm a little nervous, little on edge. So we'll see how this goes. This may be a quick episode. Who knows?
Maybe we may go off topic like we always do, but we talk about our PC gaming, which I've done a little, Turf's done a little, and Philip. He ain't here, as you all may notice. He's having some power issues. He was so scared he knocked out the power where he lives about talking about PC gaming. Maybe not.
Maybe he got a new computer, sucked all the juice in the neighborhood.
Yeah, maybe he's running a secret server and mining bitcoins.
That's what it is. He's mining Bitcoin out of his basement.
Yes. He's got 10,000 watts of power going, so he killed all of his hometown for power. But anyway, so this was your idea, Turf, for PC gaming, which.
Yeah, this is kind of my idea. Something none of us are really that into, admittedly. So we may be talking out of our rear end a little bit. We're all console gamers at heart. We started this as we all met as retro gamers, and retro gaming and retro PC gaming is a pretty small piece of the pie when it comes to retro gaming. So and modern gaming has more. I guess it's more prevalent now than it was then. But so we're going to try to talk a little bit tonight about PC gaming, about the games that we enjoy, the pros, the cons, the what ifs, the maybes, the hoorays, the achoo's. Achoo? I don't know.
Achoo?
Where?
Jenny's over there.
Anyways, yeah. So Charles, have you secretly, in the closet, played any PC games in the last, 20 years?
Little bit. When I got my first computer way back in 1994, it was a Packard Bell Legend 2 with a whopping 12 megahertz processor. Ooh. I played this game with Star Goose. That's about
Star Goose.
Yeah. You're this little ship and you're shooting shit. It was it was not really monochromatic. It was purple and various other shades of purplish. So yeah, it was monochromatic.
1995. So was that old IBM color, the greens and the purples, and maybe a little bit of red that was kind of pink.
Yeah,
probably 16 colors. Isn't that what that was?
I think so. Packard Bell was on DOS.
Oh yeah.
CD : goose enter, and it starts.
Yeah, you had to do the old command prompts. That was way back in the day, man. I had my first computer. The very first one I had would have been in the mid to late 80s.
Okay. I
would have been in kindergarten, first, second grade, something like that. My parents came home with an IBM 256, 256K of RAM in this thing. It was a K, not megs, K.
Kilobytes.
And anyways, it was DOS based. You had to put in your boot disk. It only had one disk drive too. So you put in your boot disk, you fired DOS up, you pulled it out, put whatever program you wanted to run in. Hit it was, I guess, // Math Blaster.
Okay.
And Math Blaster.
Oh, I had Mavis Titan Beacon.
So I played Math Blaster and Wheel of Fortune a lot. On that one, I don't remember what else I might have had. I think I had some bootleg games because bootlegging was prevalent then.
I had Wheel of Fortune too.
Vanna White was a redhead for some reason. I don't know.
Yes.
Well, they didn't have any license for anything other than the name, I guess, and maybe the concept, whatever. So it wasn't featuring Vanna White at all. So I had that. That was my PC gaming, and then I got a Windows computer, Windows 3.1. Played Solitaire, Minesweeper. That was about it, really, on that.
And what did I, when I had the Windows, when I got to an actual real Windows computer, I found what other games did I have on there? It was Windows 98. I think I had Star Wars Rebel Assault. I think TIE Fighter. I remember that one. That one was worked a little funkily.
On that 3.1, the Windows 3.1, I know I had Sim Ant. I had something called Unnatural Selection, which was a Maxis game where you bred little critters together and tried to make the ultimate little fighting critter. It was weird and it wasn't very good, but that's what I had. And I had Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade that was on the Scum engine from LucasArts.
Okay.
If you ever, it's still fun. You can play it on like archive.org, and it's on there.
Oh yeah. What's
it's fun.
We had Chessmaster. Remember that?
So I mean, there were some good games back then, but as you know, you go through time. I quit with the PC stuff, and other than King's Quest, I had a massive love affair with King's Quest for a long time. I love all those games, some more than others. King's Quest 6 is probably my favorite PC game of all time. So that's a thing. I really enjoyed the point and click adventures, and that's what that Indiana Jones game was too. It was a LucasArts point and click, clicking good time. So there was definitely a big divide. There was a certain type of game that, to me, I thought PC games are this. They are adventure games that point and click. We're going to use our mouse. We got CD audio. I never had a joypad or joystick or a control pad or whatever for my PC. So it was all keyboard and the point and click mouse stuff was what I kind of gravitated towards. And that's what I had for some reason. So, but those games were still there. There was the EA had all their sports games on PC, but it seemed like they didn't always work. Things didn't always work out right. So I didn't mess with the PC stuff. I couldn't keep up with the times either. The technology was changing faster than what I could keep up with as a teenager or wanted to spend money on or had the knowledge to.
Yeah.
So, and my parents didn't really, they're like, well, we got a computer. It still does Word. You can type stuff for school, son. So we didn't get a new computer. So there's that.
But I think when we got the new computer, the Windows 98 machine, that was back in like 98 when I thought to start going into college. The first round, 1998.
So I did that, and then of course the internet came along and you learned about different things. That's more PC stuff instead of PC gaming. Kind of what I want to talk about tonight is some of maybe the pros and cons of PC games these days, and what we enjoy, what we don't enjoy, what we prefer with our consoles over PC. So, yeah. Go ahead, Charles. What's something that something you would maybe enjoy about PC gaming?
You're not really tied to a console. If you want to take the game with you, pop it in your computer as a laptop as you're going out and around, you could do that, rather than having a little handheld. Which
that is something that's really nice to, Steam is kind of the platform of choice these days. I mean, you can use GOG or Ubisoft's, what's their not Uverse, that's AT&T. Whatever Ubisoft's service is. But Steam is generally the platform anymore. That all these games, it's the console. And Steam's been around for a long time. And that's one of the good things about PC gaming is we get these games and our console isn't necessarily changing. The client that we're using, the DRM client or whatever you want to call it, isn't changing. So I can have a Hewlett Packard or I can have a PC that I built from scratch that's an AMD, processor, not an Intel. And I don't have to worry about specs as much as you did in the past.
Yeah.
Things being compatible. So, we've got this client, and even if I get a new computer, I've already paid for all my stuff in Steam, so I can download it right again. So I think it's definitely a pro.
Okay. And isn't it almost like the PS4s and Xbox Ones Xbox One ones. They're getting almost as powerful as the PCs are. They're just about equivalent power.
We'll get crucified on the internet for saying that. Consoles will never be as powerful as PCs because there's a PC master race. But in reality, yes, they're getting closer and closer to being PCs. They're trying to do more things that are like PCs, the multimedia, the games being maybe not the main line for it. You know, an internet browser, things like that. They're just a very specialized PC anymore. And that's kind of another point that things are getting close. A PC is a very multi-use thing. The same box is sitting over here running this podcast. I can play games on. I can watch movies on. I can video edit or audio edit or surf the internet, or just there's so many things. If I want to, I can make it control my house, you know, with like the Bluetooth switches and stuff like that, or Wi-Fi switches, excuse me. It's a very powerful box. It's a very versatile box that I can use to do a lot of different things. So, I mean, the power is definitely a big selling point on a PC. The graphical capabilities of America, I know absolutely dick about PCs and parts. So I'll just tell you that. I know nothing. But my whatever this R7950 graphics card in here will run just about anything. Probably somebody's going to be like, no, it can't run Witcher 3 on the highest settings. But I don't care. I don't care about highest settings. As long as it'll run, you know, Rocket League and Shovel Knight and Wings of V, I'll be all right. Yeah. So that's the power. It can't be touched by console because the technology does change faster than what we would replace a console. And since it does change so fast, it's a good thing. Like PCs are upgradable. They're modular in parts. Like I can pull this graphics card out and put a new one in it, do some changes in my settings, and everything will work. Yeah. So that's a dandy of a thing to do. I mean, in my opinion, it's easier. It's maybe better. That's kind of a pro, I guess, versus consoles. Consoles aren't really upgradable. Whatever you bring home from the store is what you're going to be using 4 years from now, assuming it doesn't blow up.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I know there are ways you could swap out the hard drives in, you know, a PlayStation, but it's not the easiest thing to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty not a technical thing, but I mean, you can swap out like a PS4 or I know a PS3 hard drive you could swap out. I'm assuming you can with a PS4 as well. You can put a laptop hard drive in it and everything will be peachy. But that's not really here nor there. That's not truly upgradable. You're just upgrading your memory, your storage. You can't upgrade the graphics. You can't, because everything's integrated. Yeah. There's no upgrading the graphics card. There's no upgrading your wireless in it. So, say we want to do wireless. What's the new one that came out? Not in. It's past. Whatever the newest. Yeah. You can't upgrade that. It's all built in. Yeah. But my PC, if I need, a new power source, if I want to add more RAM to it, all I got to do is buy a stick of RAM and stick it in that little slot right there that I can see.
Or two would be better, so you can have match pairs, which is a better way to run your RAM.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying that it's definitely upgradable, and you can add more parts to it and keep up with the power. And that, people say, and you can take this whatever, that PC gaming is more expensive. A high-end PC is going to be more expensive, but once you build a decent PC, you can change parts out, and you're not going to have to probably change the processor out for years to come.
Nah.
Or the motherboard, like the main guts of the PC, or you can do it a piece at a time. So it's big up front, but I think over the long term, you don't have to replace a whole console. You could just replace parts. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of a pro, I guess, maybe.
Get all the neat colored fans into it.
Yeah, I got my graphics cards red, my fans blue. I got all kinds of stuff going on in here. Yeah, colored wires. I don't know what any of them do, but they're in there, and I got a window to look at them.
I've got red and green fans in mine. Dual graphics cards, which is nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you can probably run anything you want to on it.
Pretty much.
Well, okay, I guess we're 15 minutes into the show. We'll go jump off into something that chaps people's bottoms that people don't really like to talk about. Digital games. The big digital versus physical debate. Now, I'm generally a physical guy. I like to have, you look around me, I have way too many games, and I like them. I like my physical cartridges. That's just me. But for the sake of this, I'm going to argue pro digital. So it takes up a whole lot less space. There's that.
True.
That's one really good thing about digital. There's no room to take it. I can put every game that's in this room that I'm looking at, all 2,600 or whatever of them. I can fit them right here in this one box and have plenty of room to spare. So that's definitely I would say a pro of a PC. No matter how many games you get, no matter, over the years to come, where it's still going to just take up about, yay much space.
And nice thing about that, what you're saying for digital games, you don't have to search for the disc if you want to play the game. Some of these old games, you had to have the disc installed in the drive for it to recognize and let you play the game.
That's true. And if your physical media gets damaged, you lose that game. In the age of the internet, digital games are always going to be there. It's not going to be, actually on my drive it may corrupt, but I can download it again because it's out there on Steam. The game's not going to be corrupt forever. I can delete it and download it again. Simple as that.
Yep. But for physical games, it's having those physical games, it's set, having that wow factor of like, hey, someone come in, look at my game collection I got. And you see this wall of games, like for PC games, they're all going to be in the boxes. It's hard to find an unboxed PC game, which it does happen sometimes, but most of the time you're going to have those games in the boxes, and see a whole shelf of PC games in boxes. That's a big wow factor for some people.
PC games are definitely, the big boxes they're very attractive. The ones from the 90s and even up to the 2000s, the big box PC games they're sexy to look at, man. And even back in the 80s to the 90s, you used to get a lot of cool stuff in those boxes. You might get a decoder ring or something like that in there. They put all kinds of just useless crap in those boxes. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. But then you got your guidebook, which for those games you needed.
That's true. I mean, that was the early versions of copyright protection. Was the notorious for me anyhow. And I go back to this again. King's Quest 6. There's a map in the instruction book that you need to finish the game. I mean, you can finish it with trial and error, but it saved a whole lot of time by having that map. So that was kind of the early version of copyright protection, or the best way they could do it, I guess. You could have a copied disc, but you would struggle getting through the game.
And I think I remember playing Myst once on a computer at school, not knowing what the hell was going on in it.
I don't think anybody knows what's going on in Myst. Seriously, I think Myst can be beat. It's something crazy like 30 minutes.
Huh.
It may be more than that, but that's just the number that pops out the top of my head. I may be talking out on our end, but it's really, really short if you know what to do. But I had Myst and I had Return to Zork. I don't know why I bought Myst after I bought Return to Zork. But I still don't know what to do on either one of them.
Yeah, one thing I remember, like, I'm in Myst, you're at some observatory, I look at stars. I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? I'm looking at stars.
Well, I mean, you would be playing that game and like, there's a lever. I just throw this lever, nothing happens. But all the way across the island, a door opened or something, and there's no cues or no clues or anything that just happened. It was very cryptic.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Getting back onto the pros of the PC games, mods. there's a huge modding community for just about any game. You can get different skins. Minecraft is a huge example of that. The things that people have done and added to that game. Skyrim is another good example of things that people have added to these games to make it a better experience that they just did for the hell of it. Yeah. Just for the yell I get. For the smell of it.
Yeah, I was watching Minecraft. Some kid made a Jewel Osco in Minecraft.
See?
Which Jewel that's
a landmark.
That's a local grocery store here in Chicago.
Well, I'm sure you'd have to know a lot about it. You know, I advertised this over and over, and while we're just talking tonight, I said that I was going to give away games. And I'll tell you what, I will if anybody can hit us up on Facebook, I'll say I've got about 10 games to give away. I'll just say 9 games to give away. I'm going to give 3 away on Facebook, 3 away on Twitter, and that's 6, 9. We'll just say, and I'll give 5 away for the people listening to audio only. So that'll give us 11. I've got plenty of games to give away. And now these are all PC games. These are all Steam games. So if you can hit us up, I don't know, hashtag OPB. I'll keep checking it through the rest of the show, or hit us up on Facebook on our Facebook page. We'll randomly pick people to win. There we go. So if you're listening to this live, you got a chance to win. If you're not listening live and you're listening to audio only version of this podcast, hit us up on hit us up on Twitter or Facebook and just tell us you want to enter the drawing. Hashtag Charles Nuts. No, I don't like that. Just
didn't work.
Hashtag OPB free games.
Seriously?
If you can do that, then we'll enter you in a drawing. We'll do something. I'll pick it at random. I'm probably not going to follow any of the rules of YouTube or Facebook and do like the game wheel stuff where I have to do a randomizer. I'm just going to pick your name. So if you don't like it, don't take the free games. So anyways, I have a whole slew of games that I had ended up with doubles of somehow. I don't even know how that happened. How you end up with doubles of Steam games.
You buy some of those packs and sometimes probably get the same game.
Well, that was what a lot of it is, humble bundles or some other kind of bundled thing where I'd buy it and I'd get some overlap.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, back to the topic at hand. Something else that PC games have over consoles, and one reason we should all love PC gaming, they have free online. None of this shenanigans shits of paying $60 a year to be able to play with your buddy. You can just jump on there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great if you play games like Broforce. Y'all have heard me talk about Broforce on here. I love that game. It's stupid and silly and awesome. Or Gauntlet. The Steam version of Gauntlet's great. There's one that I really want you and Philip to play with me. It's called Mount Your Friends. It's stupid and dumb. It's like $1.25 on Steam. It's ridiculously cheap, but there's wiener physics in it, so that makes me laugh because I'm a child.
I used to play a lot of Rainbow Six online.
You know, the first game I ever tried to play online, and I tried to play it over a 56K modem, which it didn't work, was Red Baron 3D. It was I could play. It was I guess a fairly well-known flight game, but you played like World War I dogfighting, and I tried to do it online, and my computer wasn't fast enough, my internet wasn't fast enough, and I sucked at it. On top of that, so yeah,
it's that with Microsoft Fighter Race. I would play that every now and then on a 56K modem.
We may have jumped the gun on technology. I don't know. My wants outran my ambitions. Maybe outran my technological capabilities. But that's definitely a plus. The free online. That's one that it's still a biggie, man. People, the old PC master race. they're bad. Well, we don't have to pay for online. Well, no, you don't. No, you don't. You have things like, your Steam clients and your I don't know, Curse. That's the one I use for audio. Couldn't remember what it was called. Now here's a biggie.
All right.
Here's a big one that people that the old PC kids like to point out. The games are cheap. Man, Steam games are cheap. It's cheaper than you can buy a used game at GameStop.
Like I got that Star Wars bundle for what? Is that 15, 19, 20 bucks? And
it's probably like $15 and you get a ton of stuff.
There's like 15, 20, 30 games in there or something.
Yeah, if you get Humble Bundles, man, you can clean up. You get so many games that way, and it's so cheap. And even the download, the sales that Steam puts on, you can get good games for $5, $10, $15 that are still $50 games in stores.
Yeah.
Or $60 games in stores. So it's definitely, there's opportunities for all these cheap games that are, unless you just have to have something the day it comes out, you can wait around and have an awesome time, get an awesome games for probably cheaper than you can on your PS4 or your Xbox One these days. Anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
Steam games are super, and then they got the Steam summer sale where you or winter sale where you spend money on stuff you didn't even know you wanted, but you buy it because it's cheap. Like I definitely need to buy that because reasons.
Yeah, I haven't really dove too far into Steam yet, so.
Well, I'll tell you what, I did. My brother is a big PC gamer. He talked me into it. You got a decent PC. Let's get you into some Steam games, some things you can play with me and my buddies online. Like, all right, I'll give that a go. And man, I found some real jewels on there, some real stuff that I've really, really enjoyed that I couldn't get on consoles. And if I could get it on consoles, it was still expensive. Or it might have been, I don't know, $15 instead of, or excuse me, $10 on instead of $3, on PSN or something. So it's definitely the games. If you can wait them out, they're cheaper. Day one, a lot of games are $10 cheaper. They're $50 instead of $60. So that's you can save you a little bit of money if you just take the time to download it and have it ready. You can download stuff and have it pre-installed, and as soon as the clock ticks over to the release day, it fires right up, and life is good. Life is real, real good.
Yep. Talk about like deals for games. I was randomly in Target like a couple months ago when I saw that they had one of the Age of Empires on clearance for like $5.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Attaboy. Get it whether you need it or not.
And I love playing that game online, which I was doing that recently, but it's been a while. I'm looking for it right now. It's somewhere in here, but I don't know where it is. Yeah. But yeah, that's another PC game I remember playing. Like now I'm starting to remember more of the PC games I played back in the day.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of back in the day. I mean, we've had a lot of time. I've spent a lot of time playing PC stuff just because I spent a lot of time playing games when I was a kid. I'll tell you one of the biggest things that I like about PC games right now, and I'll defend this one till the day I die. The indie games, dude. There's so many good games that just go unnoticed and unheard of because they just don't have the money or the capital to get a physical release or to get a Xbox One or PS4 release or Switch release. Man, I mean, you got something like Shovel Knight that started off. Of course, it was a Kickstarter, wasn't it? So never scratch that one. But something like Broforce that I talk about all the time. It's an indie game, man. Small developer got that out there. Octodad, that's another one that me and my son have played a lot. It's a silly game where the family doesn't know the dad's an octopus.
Huh.
It's weird. It's a really silly game, but it's fun. And then like any of the limited run games, those are all, like kind of the greatest hits of the indie developers that never got a physical release. There's so many things that are ideas, I guess, works of passion projects, I guess, more than anything. They get to see the light of day that never would have if it hadn't have been for PC gaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really got to get deeper into PC gaming. Something I want to do, but
I'll tell you what, man. If you get a chance, if you get time, there's some really good PC games that never made it. Well, I mean, they may have made it on the console. I don't know. I may have been talking up the rear end. Once again, I'm kind of good at that, but like I bought Gauntlet, and I really wish you guys would buy it so we could all play it together. Things like Hotline Miami or Retro City Rampage, or I'm just scrolling through my Steam list right now. Oh, yeah, there's Mount Your Friends. Forgot about that. No, I didn't forget. I needed y'all to buy that. Octodad, Punch Club. It's kind of 8-bit style, but you manage a boxer, and it's pretty neat. Rocket League. Rocket League was by a small developer. If you've never played Rocket League, you need to. It's soccer with cars. Sounds silly, but it's a blast.
Actually, they actually did that on Top Gear once. Of having real cars and soccer balls and them crashing into one another.
See, Rogue Legacy. That's another good one that I really enjoyed. You start off as a character, just like the random hero dude going off into the procedurally generated castle. Like it changes every time. And you can, whenever you die, you come back with a guy that like has a different quirk or different, like he may be really fast, but he's nearsighted and you can't see all the way, or he's colorblind and the screen's black and white, or maybe they're strong, but they're really slow. You know, your character's a little bit different every time. So, and if you get a guy you really like and he dies, he's gone forever.
Ah.
So it's neat. It's a really cool concept that I thoroughly enjoyed. Let's see, like the Shantae games, those were small studios. Things like Spelunky and 1001 Spikes, is that the name of it? Just a lot of those 8-bit throwback style games that were so much fun, and they would, like I said, never would have seen the light of day if it hadn't have been for PC gaming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the last thing that I have to bring up that's just an overwhelming positive about PC gaming, our friends Katie and Rich at Phoenix Online Studios, they joined us for the podcast. They tweet at us every now and then. Some of these wonderful people that are putting out labors of love, putting out these fantastic games for the PC. Man, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Rich, and the rest of the Phoenix Online team. Y'all put out good stuff. If you haven't had a chance to check out any of their games, like The Last Door, that's a good one, or the Silver Lining, which is the fan-made King's Quest game that started the whole Phoenix Online studio. Check them out, man. I can't recommend those guys enough. They put out quality stuff and just fun, good times.
Yes. I haven't had a chance to get to those yet.
I tell you what, everybody should check out the Silver Lining. If you've played the other King's Quest games or even know what they are, they're hey! I'll be a monkey bare-assed uncle.
Girl, if they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, they have never met a slightly inconvenienced homosexual. I was pissed.
You're a fabulous son of a bitch. I'm glad to see you, man.
How you guys doing?
Doing well. If everybody that's listening doesn't know, this is my man Philip. We call him Cashel. Cash Daddy if you're nasty.
Mr. Triumph if you're nasty.
He's got power again.
That is good to see. I'm glad he has power again. He missed the first half of the show because apparently the small rural area that he lives in, that's Nashville. I don't know. You may have heard of it. Can't keep the power on.
Well, I guess there was 4,000 houses in the metropolitan area that were out. Then it got to 1,000. Then it went up to 1,700. Then it went down to 500. And then our neighbors, their power went back on and came back off. So I might jump off here. You never know. But right now we got power. I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Let's roll with it, dude.
Yeah, we're just gonna roll with it.
I'll tell you what, it's 9:05 on a Saturday or on a Thursday evening. We're usually deep into our parents' basement right now, so I'm going to give you a little rundown, Philip, just to catch you back up. Since you've had no power, you couldn't have been listening to this.
Nope.
We've been talking about PC gaming. Mostly we've hit the pros, but the things that we really enjoy about PC gaming, or maybe not enjoy, but can't really deny. At heart, we're all physical console type collectors and gamers, but you can't really deny some of the good stuff that PCs have brought. Like a console is not going to be as powerful as a top end PC. It's just not going to happen. PCs are definitely upgradable.
Yep.
They're modular. You can add parts to them, take them away. You can, short on cash, you can swap out graphics cards and get a cheaper one.
Oh yeah.
Then we got into the hot button issue of digital games
like Steam and GOG and stuff like that.
And that whatnottery about it. It's less space and things like that of the pros of digital gaming, I guess.
All right.
We had talked about mods. The modding community for games is online as possible, and console not a thing.
Bethesda.
the free online.
Yeah.
That PC games offer.
I played those way back in the day. Yeah.
The cheap games. Games are just cheaper on Steam because of Steam sales and things like that. You can be frugal.
Humble bundles and
and I love I love humble
and the high Aldurans and whatnot.
Humble bundles. I can't talk. And the indie games. I don't know. I know you mostly play really quirky RPGs that aren't exactly indie games. So you may not know the joy that is things like Mount Your Friends. Which, if you ever do decide to get on Steam, you need to get Mount Your Friends, and I want the three of us to play it and drink beer one evening. I think it will be a blast.
What's the premise of Mount Your Friends?
What do you think it would be there, Papa?
Well, I mean, my imagination has been running wild since you announced the title, so I can only.
Well, actually, all it is you use the like A, B, X, Y to as a hand or a leg on your little guy, and it's an indie game, so the graphics are really rudimentary, except for the amazing wiener physics.
Oh Jesus!
Yes, I said wiener physics. But you just kind of climb on top, and then as you top of the pile, and as you fall off, you're eliminated, and your buddies keep going, and you try to get higher and higher. It's just a silly game that's a lot of fun, and I think we should do it and stream it. I think it would be a blast.
That'd be fun. Yeah, it sounds fun.
And then the last pro that I could come up with, the one that was a biggie, was things like Phoenix Online Studios. Our friends Katie and Rich that came on the show. People like that bring us excellent games that just do it. They start off, something like a pet project that just really works a passion, and it blossoms into something wonderful.
Definitely. All right.
So that kind of caught you up on what we've been doing so far. Now, kind of want to get to something maybe not the less sunny side of PC gaming. Is the reasons that we're console gamers, I guess. Maybe not. Doesn't have to be a knock on PC gaming, but why consoles are better. Y'all got anything?
Cost. That's the biggest thing with me. Like, if I want to play a game, it sounds like I need to spend the monies to upgrade my what's the term they used? Toaster?
Maybe.
Yeah, they use if your computer is old, I guess it's called a toaster or something like that. Toaster oven. Yeah, so you'd have to spend money just to play a game and get a new graphics card and get a new keyboard and and I just don't want to go through all that. So that's one of the biggest things.
Okay, let me just. I've been trying to play the devil's advocate tonight. So if on this thing, you up front, you're gonna buy your PC, and you spent $1,500 on your PC, which is a lot of money, right? We can all agree that's a good chunk of change. That's so we do that, but then that PC that you bought, it might last you 10 years, and you can upgrade those modular parts. I may need a new graphics card, so I'll spend a couple $100 here instead of buying a whole new console to play that new game. I can just update my graphics card. My processor will still handle it, but I just I can up the resolution and add more textures if I get a new graphics card. So I think there is an argument for it being more expensive, or being less, or maybe not less expensive, but on par with console gaming, because if once the PS3 quit, you had to get a PS, or not quit, but if they started phasing it out, you had to get a PS4 my same PC, this thing right over here, will run King's Quest 6 from 1995 or whatever it was. So in theory, my computer will run, this one box will run games from the 80s till now, run 30, 40 years of games. 30 years.
Well, yeah, that's cool and all, but there's a lot of games I missed out on, on the PS3 and going back to the PS2, even then Super Nintendo, PS1. So yeah, they may phase out making games for those consoles, but there won't be a lack of stuff to play for me. So that's one argument you can make. The PS3 is backwards compatible, so it can still play older stuff. So you don't have to like worry about storage and space and things like that. I see where you're going with this, but that wouldn't be enough to convince me to, change sides.
Hey, me neither. I'm a console gamer. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I know. You're doing a good job at it.
So, and I really do. I think that is one thing that is definitely a pro. Everybody, it is maybe more money up front.
Yeah.
A big chunk of money up front, but instead of having to get a whole new console when the new thing comes out, I can just update my graphics card or update, a piece here and there.
All right. Charles, what about you?
I've built my own PCs many times, so it's a little cheaper in the long run if you said you buy the same thing that's off the shelf, so you can save some money.
Yeah.
Like, one thing that I always know is that costs a big chunk of change is buying the case for everything.
The case? What do you mean, like a case for your?
Yeah, the case for the computer.
Oh, okay.
The box to put it in.
Yeah, the box.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Power supply and things like that.
Yeah, those cost $300.
Wow, that's a console right there.
But you can use the same case for the next decade.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the things like with computer, until OPB is famous enough that we can support ourselves just with it, I work in front of a computer all day, and the last thing I'd want to do when I'm gaming is look at another computer. I think that's my biggest reason for not changing to PC gaming.
And I can sympathize with that too. I don't want to sit in front of a monitor. I have my PC, just the HDMI out, 30-foot HDMI cord goes around the wall, behind everything, and right to my TV.
Yep.
I'm looking at your glorious face and 46 inches of HD goodness.
It is pretty glorious right now.
How do I look at 46 inches of HD goodness?
It's life size, Charles.
And that's still pretty small since I'm short.
I feel like you just reach out and touch that face.
But I mean,
we're not sponsored by AT&T.
These days, I mean, a PC is not tied to a monitor anymore. Most PCs that are HDMI out, audio and video go right up there to that screen. So I can watch movies. I can play my Netflix on it. I can play Hulu, whatever else, right there on my TV. It is my TV. It is my gaming system. It is my internet. It is my telephone. It is my whatever we're doing right now, video conferencing.
Yeah, we're hanging out.
Yeah, it's our hangout.
Yeah.
So I'm there. I mean, there's definitely an argument to be made for PC in that regard. It can be part of the living room. It can be part of the furniture, just like your DVD player and your PS4.
Yeah. I don't know. If I want to watch a DVD, I'll just use my DVD player. Well, granted, I don't think we even use that much anymore either. If we're going to watch something,
player.
Yeah, we just stream it from an Apple TV or something like that. Don't get me wrong. I use my PC for, word processing and obviously doing this and just reading the news. I mean, I just don't game on it. Well, not since like Solitaire and Minesweeper and, that pinball game that came with it. And
what was that Space Pinball?
Space Cadet Pinball, something like that.
Space Cadet, yeah.
Man, if they had that at Louisville Arcade Expo, man, the line would be out the door because I would just not lose. I was so good at that one. Ridiculous.
Or the free ski. I played a lot of the free ski
Free
back
ski.
in the
I
day.
don't think I played that one. What was that?
Like the downhill, like it was like a not even 8-bit. It was like 2-bit ski downhill skiing and there was like a Yeti would chase you every now and then. It was
That sounds
special.
fun. And I learned how to play Hearts because of the PC, because that came with with it. Yeah. So
I still don't understand Hearts. I played that. I started cooking shit. I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, this good? I win. Maybe nope. I lose. I lose. I lose.
I learned how to play Hearts from. I learned how to play Spades first, and
Spades is fun too.
Spades is a blast.
Yeah,
it's a lot like Hearts in a regard. You have a trump suit. You're trying to catch tricks and stuff like that. So yeah, it was an easy transition to Hearts once I found that on the free PC games.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That was probably, I'd say people have played more solitaire than any game in the history of mankind.
Yeah, on the computer, definitely.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of Free Cell.
Yeah, that was the other one.
Free Cell. Now that one I did not understand.
I used to be able to, 4 suits. Used to beat that all the time when I played it all the time. I was good at that.
So you were good at that. We were good at Hearts. See, we're a well varied podcast right here. We got card skills.
Pretty badass at solitaire. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't do spider solitaire, but just straight up solitaire. I was pretty lonely.
Spider solitaire. Jenny loves solitaire. She plays it on her phone all the time.
That was like when you won solitaire, the cards would bounce.
Wasn't that a good feeling?
I was like, hell yeah, yeah, it was.
I remember,
and you would wait for them to all like boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
Yeah, that was triumph.
That was before trophies and Xbox achievements. That was yeah.
And I was so upset on the faster computers when the Cascade went faster.
Yeah, I went into that. I wanted
the old Windows 3.0. So it's like it took like 20 minutes for it to
I wanted some glory in that, man. I was basking in the glow of my victory when that happened.
Absolutely.
All right, another con that people seem to have with the is the lack of physical media these days.
That's a good one too. Yeah, definitely.
I do like to have the media in my hand, but that kind of goes back to digital as it saves so much space, man. I could be sitting in a closet right now with a tiny little box and have just as many games as this room that has them on every wall. So
where's the fun in that though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. There's a reason I have all these games and I'm looking at boxes and cabinets and whatever else. But yeah, I mean, there's once again the argument to be made.
Indeed.
One game that that lacks physical media makes up for a lot of crap that they sell for it. Minecraft.
I still don't get Minecraft.
I have Minecraft. I'm like, I'm building shit. Okay, what am I doing? I don't know. There's stuff coming.
My kid loves it. He's just absolutely goofy for Minecraft. I mean, we have Minecraft swords. We have Minecraft on our PS4. We have Minecraft story mode on the PS4. We have Minecraft on the Xbox One, Minecraft on the Xbox 360, Minecraft on the computer. Yeah, we've got Minecraft just falling out of our tiny little pixelated asses, and it's everywhere. He loves it, man. But him and his buddies, they build shit. They go around. They get meat. They fight Enderman. There's something special about that game that I don't get.
I'm right there with you. I
think it missed us, but it's been going strong for damn near 10 years.
Has it been that long?
I'd say it'd be pretty close.
Jeez, crazy.
I'm just building shit with it. I haven't been at it for a while. I'm trying to build this ginormous house with it. I don't know. It's very Frank Lloyd Wrighty. So it's keep going up. See how high I can get it.
See how high you can get?
Yeah.
Okay, it's only 8 years. Excuse me. It came out 2009.
Well, it took off with a bang. I mean, people seem to eat that shit up.
It not just took off, man. It stuck around.
Yeah.
It's still, like I said, my kid last week, him and his buddies were in here playing Minecraft. I don't get it. But hey,
I will say this about PC gaming. I think that's what kind of that was because of PC gaming. That's how you had LAN parties, right?
Oh yeah.
I've never done any LAN party.
Yeah, me neither. but they seem like they could be kind of fun. You know, get together with your buddies, bring your setups, and stay up all night.
But LAN parties.
Go ahead, Charles.
I say LAN parties is a whole nother level of nerddom.
Well, let me sit back and tell you a tale, sir.
Uh-oh.
Well, I love story time.
When I went to a local community college before I went to Arkansas State University. I went to a little community college, and we had the computer lab there, and the instructor, maybe facilitator, whatever he was, he let us put Quake on the, I believe it was either Quake or Unreal. I'm not sure. I think it was Quake. Put it on the server.
What year was that? Like 2000, 2001?
Right around.
Yeah, that's probably Quake.
It would have been 2000, 99, 2000, something like that.
Yeah.
But we put it on the server.
Yeah.
And we had, like, there was a dude up in the library, a couple guys up there playing. There was us in, like, the computer lab playing. There was some dude playing in his office. That was because, like, hey, man, it's, I think we did, like, on Thursday afternoons. We'd all go down there and play. That was a blast.
That does sound fun.
Because it turned into, like, a small club of, probably 10 or, I think there's 16 people max on it. So, I mean, there'd be 10 or so of us playing it.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. I sucked at it, but I had a blast. I made some, at the time, pretty decent friends, people to hang out with. It was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I have a admiration for PC gaming, I will say. I mean, it definitely brings a new side, new perspective to gaming as a whole, whether it be, single player or multiplayer with LAN parties or just across the internet. But was that beer good, by the way?
Delicious. That is an Arkansas beer. That's a Lost 40 Brewing Company. Day drinker.
Crack home another one if you have one. There it is. Boy.
I put my cooler next to me.
I'm not like against anyone who enjoys PC gaming. It's just not my drug of choice.
And some of these PC gamers, they get a little intense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They get more intense than console gamers.
Well, you say that, but anybody who picks a side, we live in a world where people have to feel like they always have to be right.
Bipartisanship. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's definitely falls into that category.
Yeah, I'm for real.
I think everybody hurts from that. But anyways, that's a whole another podcast from a whole nother name of the podcast. We're not gonna do that on Thursday. It's people have to pick a side, and they're gonna, like, I have a PC master race. We are the best. And then console gamers like, no, your PC sucks. We like PS4. And then you got the other guys going, no, we like Nintendo. No, we like Xbox. People just pick their team and run with it.
Yeah. But here's the other thing: has anyone ever died from binge playing console games?
Not that we know of.
There's that one guy, the guy who died in Hong Kong for a 3-day.
Oh, EverQuest was it? He was playing. I want to say it was EverQuest.
He was playing being a douchebag.
Oh yeah,
who in the blazing blue F plays a game for 3 days straight?
And he was like some 32-year-old guy.
I don't have now. Trust me, if our bodies were made for that, I'd be all up in that shit. But the human body is not built for that sort of thing, so I couldn't do it. I couldn't participate.
No, 3 days straight, man. You're not doing anything. I couldn't do anything for 3 days straight.
No.
There's nothing on planet Earth I could do for 3 days straight.
Drink beer.
And I couldn't. No, hell no.
No way, man.
For like 3 hours straight. That's
like even if it was like eating pizza or drinking wine or coffee or booze, I still 3 days straight of all. Actually, does sound kind of fun now that I said it out loud. But realistically speaking, it would not be possible. So yeah, but that story is such an anomaly, Charles.
Like, and like they said, like the scene references, like he's the second death in Taiwan in a year, like of a game online.
Yeah, look how many people are in Taiwan though.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a numbers game.
But I just people can get a little crazy with their PC Master Race mentality, but you know, I'm starting to see that those people are so few and far between nowadays that that's kind of fading away.
I'll tell you what it is, and here's pull up a chair, and Daddy's going to get a little philosophical on you. Those people that were PC Master Race, they realized they sounded like douchebags. That was not philosophical at all, so I kind of lied to you.
That's all.
They grew up. Those guys, you know, like 3 or 4 years ago, they were like, PC is the only way, the Master Race forever. They grew up and went, no, that wasn't me, y'all. I didn't act like that.
So, like, my bad. Just, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was my cousin. That was my cousin Steve that acted like that. It wasn't me. They realized they sounded like douchebags. So anybody, and write this down. I'm taking an official Our Parents' Basement stance. If anybody says only a true gamer would blank, tell them to F off. If somebody says PC Master Race, tell them to F off. Tell them consoles are better, F off. Just play freaking games, dude.
Gotta play your games.
Games.
That's what it's all about.
There's no games better than games.
I mean, our favorite basement was found on games.
It's just, I don't know, man. I think those people kind of grew up. That's kind of why it went away.
Sure.
And it fell out of favor. They realized they sounded like tools. So,
yeah, well, you guys, we're getting close to the hour. You guys started on time, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we started right on time.
I was late at the party, so I'm glad I got to.
It happens. I've been late a few times.
So is Jenny. I hope Jenny's never been late though, because.
No.
Hey, that's a zinger right there.
Heyo.
No, you're all invited to the baby shower, which is next week.
All right, gentlemen, I have one more thing.
What's that? What that is?
That is a huge con to PCs. The death knell, if you will. The last thing that makes PC gaming not the master race. I was going to say inferior to consoles, but that would have been very hypocritical of me, would it not?
See, look at this maturity. We are mature for our,
No, there's no Nintendo. There's no Mario. There's no Princess Peach. There's no Donkey Kong. There's none of that. No Pikmin. No Bowser. No something
Toads.
else. There's no Toads. There's no Splatoon. There's no ARMS. There's none of those Nintendo properties. So
is Zelda on there? Zelda's not on there, is it?
There's no Zelders. No Zeldas.
Zelders.
So there you go. There is the reason that consoles are better. I say that in jest. But that in all seriousness, there's a whole bunch of games, those indie games that people point at that are, well, you can't get this on a console. You can't get this on a console. You can't get those exclusives on the console either. Or excuse me, on a PC. You can't get Halo. Well, no, I take that back. Halo is on PC. Never mind. You can't get somebody give me some PlayStation exclusives. I'm drawing.
Well,
The Last of Us.
There you go. I was going to say, like, some of the more new Tales games, like Tales of Berseria that I just finished earlier this year, that's on Steam. And so is the one from last year as well, or 2 years ago. So those are on PC if you want to.
Maybe you need to try to give PC gaming a shot then, sir.
I already played them, though, on the PS4.
You can't get Our Parents' Basement, the game, on PC.
Dude, if you were in a video game, I'd be so excited. Goals.
You can only get that on like a 7-year-old droid.
It's on a Sega Pico.
That's the game we've got to make Our Parents' Basement the game.
Our Parents' Basement the app.
Yes. For Mac only. No.
No.
All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate y'all doing this. Charles, it was excellent hanging out with you, my man.
Yes.
Philip, I wish you would have been here sooner, but it is what it is.
You could have added more to the conversation.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Shit happens, but I made it.
So remember, if you're listening to this, hit us up with the hashtag OPB Free Games on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll see about getting some free games to y'all.
Right on.
We have plenty to give away, so there you go. We have, I think 6 left to give away. So y'all be sure to do that. Hit us up if you're listening to the audio only version of this podcast. There we go.
Awesome.
Now, if you like this podcast, if you're enjoying what we're talking about here, there's more. There's a whole slew more of these. You can watch the video version on the YouTubes, or you can listen to the audio only version on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and anywhere else you can download a podcast. I'm trying to figure out how to get us on Audible. There's an Audible podcast version. I've got to figure out how to do that. So
that'd be a big show on Audible.
Is it?
Man, we're already on the big show. We're on iTunes. That's the biggest podcast platform there is. We're on iTunes and Google Play. So everything else is just peanuts.
Except for Audible. Except for Audible, because we want to be on there.
Or Audible, if you're listening to this and you want to sponsor us, you're awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Audible was one of the
Audible.com. Use the promo code Charles Nuts. Anyways, listen to us anywhere you can download your podcast on your audio devices and take us with you, man. We appreciate the downloads. We appreciate the ratings. If you want to give us a thumbs up, some 5 stars, we dig it. Let's see what.
You can interact with us.
Yeah, interact with us. Hit us up on the Facebooks and Facebook.com/OPB podcast, at OPB podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Hell, send me an email. I guarantee you, if you send me an email, I will think about sending you a free game. Or opbpodcast@gmail.com. Y'all, we really love to hear from you. I've loved all the feedback that we get. Please send us some more. Anything you send, we will definitely take into consideration, except for Charles will not have a mohawk. Sorry.
Wait, someone asked you for that?
Yes.
Oh.
I used to have a mohawk.
I can see that, actually.
Actually, I think we mentioned that before, and that's why somebody said that. So
someone asked for the mohawk to come back.
Yes.
No. Look at all that hair. Look at that hair.
He's got luscious locks.
Yeah, keep it in here.
I had an 8-inch high mohawk at one point that was pink.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah, I want to see a receipt for that. Where's the receipt?
It's on my MySpace. I'll show it to you.
MySpace.
I'll find it.
You have MySpace?
I had a MySpace back in the day. But
I did too. I mean, good times with that. Oh, man.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to put this thing to bed. I appreciate it. I love hearing from y'all. Hit us up next time. Charles, push that button, man.
I'm pushing the button.
Will's